Economic Forum surveyed executives across 15 world's biggest economies to generate a research report about the future of jobs. And their result at the end of the day was that about 36% of all the jobs across all worlds will require complete problem-solving abilities as their core skill. Now, I guess you already know what we will be talking about today on the show. Right here on Certification Insights, our focus is on problem-solving skills, a must-have for business analysts. Welcome to the show. My name is Bamidele Vivian Osagi. We'll be back after this.
The PMP certification is the world's #1 project management certification in the world.
PMP certification tells the world that you are great at meeting deadlines, maximizing available resources, and managing risks.
The PMP certification stands you out of the crowd and provides external validation of your project management skills and experience at a global level.
PMP certification does not only open local doors, it also opens global doors.
So what are you waiting for? Earn a PMP certification today and separate yourself from the crowd. Register for our next class now and enjoy massive discounts.
Certification Edge, building cross-border capabilities.
Welcome back to Certification Insights. My name is Bamidele Vivian Osagi. So today on the show, like I mentioned just before the break, our topic is all about problem-solving skills, a must-have for business analysts. Now, I do have a guest in the studio with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome for Josiah Fidelis, who is a certified project manager and, of course, a certified business analysis professional. Josiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bamidele. Good to have you here.
I am so excited you're here. You know why?
Why?
This is a topic that everybody really wants to get into because, you know, we find ourselves one point in our life diving into business, trying to figure it out, trying to know where to go next. So, but before we even start the main topic for today, how about we just, shed some more light? Well, what is business analysis?
In summary, business analysis has to do with identifying business problems and then deploying the right solutions to solve them. So the person who helps do that or who would help in executing that role is a business analyst. So a business analyst is one who identifies business problems or opportunities and then deploy the right strategies, what we call solutions, to achieving or solving those problems. But the major mistake we can have is that people tie BA to be a job title. So a business analyst is not by virtue of your job title.
Okay.
It's by virtue of your job role. In other words, you can be a salesperson, you can even be a marketer or be in operations, but you are playing the role of a BA. Why? Because you identify problems, either in your department, and you deploy solutions to solve them. So the moment you are involved in problem identification and solution deployment, you're a business analyst. You don't need to bear the title.
Okay.
Excellent.
I like this. So
Excellent.
from business analysis, you get to the business analysts. Now, the business analyst is meant to be the problem solver, right?
Excellent. So it means that even, there are people who they are very good at recommending solutions to relationship problems. So those are low-key BA, but but their focus are more relationships. So this is me trying to tell you that the moment you are engaged in identifying problems in an organization, and categorically deploying solutions, even if it's as low as your department, as low as what you do, you're already on your way to being a business analyst, not by virtue of the job title.
Fantastic. Well
Excellent.
said. Okay, so for the business analysts now,
Okay.
why is it important for a business analyst to have that problem-solving skill?
Now, this is the same thing with saying, why is it important for humans to drink water. Because as water is to humans, that's how problem-solving skills is to be. And remember, business analyst is not by virtue of a job title, it's by virtue of your role. And everybody's role is solving a problem. So an organization employs you today because they have a problem and they have a future where they want to get to. So they bring you as a solution to solve the problem that will help the company take them from where they are to where they want to be. So what that means is the moment you are a problem solver, every organization employs you. So you don't even have to bear the role BA. The reason is because they want to close the gap between where they are to the future. So it's an important skill because it helps bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to be. Now, imagine someone who wants to compete in the athletic competition and weighs maybe a very huge size. That's where the person is currently. Deploying problem-solving skills will help the person identify the strategies he would take to move and eliminate the problem, which is losing some weight, to get to the future, which is being a very good athlete. So problem-solving skill is very important for everyone because it helps you close the gap. Because the distance between where you are to where you want to be is a problem.
Wow. So it's not necessarily like, okay, it has to be only the heads, the leaders,
Not
the
at all.
organization. So as long as you're solving a
Everyone
problem.
in the company was employed to solve a problem.
So those now that don't have this skill, what happens?
Excellent. So it means what would now be the impact for people who do not have problem-solving skills. Now, remember I mentioned that the reason why every role is employed in an organization is to take down a problem.
True.
So as to help the company move to where they want to be. So if you are not solving a problem, in fact, first of all, this reminds me of a quote that says that we can't solve a problem with the level of thinking that created them. So it means that for you to even eliminate a problem, you must think outside the box. That's why part of the other skills that is tied to problem-solving skill is creative thinking, analytical thinking, and all whatnot. So when you are being brought to imagine now you want to go somewhere and your car breaks down, and you bring a mechanic, and he lacks problem-solving skill, which means he can't repair the car.
So why is he?
Thank you. So in the first place, why did we employ you if you can't solve a problem? So what will now be the impact of that mechanic not repairing the car? It means you can't go to where you want to be. So in other words, your future destination is no longer a reality because
of the problem-solving skills that the mechanic lacks.
Excellent. So the impact to the organization is that the organization can never get to the future. And that's why some companies will consistently remain where they are because their employees lack problems and skills.
So for those now who lack it, sometimes you need to identify the problem, like you said, the problem-solving skill. Let's now say we're identifying it that some individuals that should have this skill, they lack it. What are things they can do or steps they can take to build up and garner and have that skill? Also, is it a skill that you can just create, like you can generate or learn along the line?
Okay, of course. Everything. Man is a tabula rasa. You learn. Everything can be learned. Meanwhile, before I talk about how we build a skill, I would love to first of all talk about steps to solve a problem. Now, for example, we have an ideal problem because you made something critical that some people can identify, and that's true. Some people can identify a problem but cannot solve a problem. So you still don't have the full package. Some people can solve a problem and cannot even identify the problem. Some people cannot identify, cannot solve. They don't even know that there is a problem. It means that you are also a problem.
Oh, wow.
Because when we employ you to solve a problem and you don't even know that there is a problem, you are a problem. So sometimes when people get a job, they run to give testimony, which is good, but they don't know that they just inherited a problem. So you should be saying, God, give me skills. And these skills are learned deliberately. But steps that you can take to solve a problem. Now, imagine there's a problem. What's the step you take? Number one, identify the problem. Because you can't solve what you don't know.
True.
So you must be very proactive to identify existing problems wherever you find yourself. Number two, evaluate the problem. So evaluating the problem is saying, This is you analyzing what is the cause of this problem. You doing a root cause analysis, checking the underlying impact. What led to this problem? Because every effect was generated by a cause.
True that.
So sometimes why it's important for you to do this is so you don't treat the symptoms rather than the cause.
Oh, it's just like going to the doctor and you say, oh, I have malaria, but then they treat you for typhoid.
More especially, to break it down, is telling the doctor that I have headache and he treats you for headache. Meanwhile, the cause is because you have malaria. So the root cause helps you identify the real problem so that you can recommend the right solution. So we don't give paracetamol for headache or whatever drug, pain relief, when we're supposed to give an anti-malaria drugs. And then the number 3 thing after identifying that is coming up with the right solutions to solve. Because of course, you've gone down to the root cause and then you recommend different solutions that can take down this problem. And then you don't stop there. After you come up with solutions, you implement the solution.
Sure.
Because most times, many of us know what to do, but we don't do them. And that's another problem. But let's not even go into that, because sometimes you know the solution, but you don't even deploy it.
True.
And then after coming up with solutions and implementing that solutions, you don't stop there. You go back, which is the final step, to check if that solution took down the problem. Is effective. Why? Because a solution is only a solution when it takes away a problem. So if it doesn't take away a problem, it's not a solution, it's a suggestion.
A solution is only a solution when it takes away
the problem.
If it doesn't take away the problem,
It's
then
a
that is
suggestion. It's just a suggestion.
Don't confuse us. Okay,
You know, so that's it. You must check. And then after you check and you see it takes down the problem, then you know that truly you've solved that problem. Those are steps to solve it.
So now going back to the initial question, and thank you very much for highlighting this, because I'm sure someone out there watching right now, you're a lot more enlightened.
Of course.
This is what certification insights is all about. So the final question here, so we can wrap up. How do you develop the skill, the problem-solving skill?
Now, skill is built gradually and consistently over time. You gain mastery when you consistently, intentionally practice. But the foundation to building a skill begins with getting knowledge. I agree that knowledge is not the same with skill, but it's a pedestal to build a skill. Knowledge is knowing what to do. Skill is being able to do it. You can have knowledge on how to drive a car, the road signs, everything, but you've not gained skills to be a driver yet, but you have the knowledge. So, but for you to master that skill, you must first have the knowledge. So some people will say, oh, but I have the skill. No, you must first of all check if you have the right knowledge. So that's why I recommend for people who want to start, the best step you should do begins with going for trainings. I mean, venturing into taking a certification, like we have the business analysis certification. If you're a beginner, there's the entry level. If you're a mid-level, there's one for you. If you're a senior level, there's one for you. Venture into taking a BA certification, where you get the right knowledge, how to solve problems, what other skills you should do. When you learn, it helps you, then you know that what you are left with is starting the application. Excellent.
Stage.
And gradually, consistently, over time, practice brings mastery. And then your way to be a problem solver in your organization. Yeah, so
you know what? You have been the problem solver of today's show. And you see why we had to bring Josiah Fidelis. We just had to.
Please.
That's it. That's the point. You see, you've been able to help find the root causes, identify, explain, allow us to absorb, to take it to another angle, bring it back, dissect, and wrap it up.
Thank you.
Josiah, you are awesome. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sharing with us and helping us learn more about problem-solving skill, especially why you need it as a business analyst.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And it's a wrap. That's all we can take for today on the show, Certification Insights. My name remains Bamidele Vivian Osage. Don't forget, hope you learned a thing or two. If you didn't, this is why our social media handles are scrolling, so you can always go back, watch his videos, and leave a comment so we can get to interact with you. Till next time, be kind to one another. It's not going to cost you anything. Hi, Leah.
Certification Edge, building cross-border capabilities.